Hello, welcome to the 1878 FM podcast. It's three of us today because Sam is in NYC doing, I don't know.
How's he got that gig?
What's he doing?
He's presenting a gala, isn't he? Am I right there?
Something like that. Yeah.
How does that happen, by the way? Because why are we not in New York City presenting galas?
I don't know.
No, like he's got this
What kind of gala, though?
but
Swimming gala?
He's got this like other maybe
Because he looks like he's got a bit of Duncan Goodsey reference with the
I could see him like with the little hat, like the little swimming cap on, but not a normal swimming cap. Remember the ones with like almost like the flowers on them?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the pin on the nose, pin on the nose. But like, because he's got like this
synchronized swimming.
Well, you're not like it's not called synchronized swimming. It's called jag dancing underwater. Thing.
Like it. Better. Rolls off the tongue, man.
He's got like he's a comedian. We all know that. He's on tour at the moment. But he's got this other like line of work, hasn't he, where he does workshops and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether this is to do with the comedian side or the workshop side.
Or just maybe he's the gala presenter extraordinaire.
It's not Gala bingo, is it?
It could be Gala bingo.
It seems odd, though, don't you think? That bearing in mind, there's quite a few presenters in America, right? Is that why would they have flown him out to New York to host their gala? Unless maybe he was out there anyway doing a gig. Now, that would make more sense to me.
I don't think he was. I think he's cheap.
Do you reckon?
Aye. I think he's cheaper than the Yankees. No, but listen to this. Right, so listen to
Sam.
No, listen to this, right? This is genuine, right? So there's a game show in America which Rob Lowe hosts, right?
Okay, yeah.
And they have like 100 people on it. I don't know if we've got the equivalent. And so what they do is every week or every other week, they fly the 100 people and obviously the host to Ireland, to Wicklow, and they record it there because it's cheaper than doing it anywhere in America. So maybe this is the same.
Are they going to get the 100% tax on that now, though? That the president.
They will now because he's kicking off about it. But he'd probably still be cheaper.
Yeah.
But apparently it's so expensive to record in America that it's cheaper to fly 100 people in. So maybe they've done the same with Sam. Maybe it's the same way, just all the way round.
Okay. They used to do something similar with was it with the new well, not new anymore, the It's a Knockout thing. They're sort of the most recent one, and they used to film it all in Argentina, I think.
Oh, that was
because it was cheaper to send them all over there. And in fact, all these different countries had their own versions of it, but they had one sort of course set up, and they sent them out there because A, it was cheaper, and also B, I think, and please don't quote me on this if anybody official is listening, but I think their health and safety regulations were I'm not going to say it's slacker than here, just different to here.
Oh, what was it? What's that one? What was it called?
It's a knockout.
No, wasn't it a knockout? It was a course, wasn't it? So was it the Irish fella who done it?
I remember it was the thing where they had to
so they had to like
on like web,
and they had to like so it's a big like amazing.
Wasn't Hammond involved with that at one point?
He was he was the voiceover.
Yeah, and also I'll tell you who did it. Amanda Byram did it.
Yes, you are absolutely
she's
right.
Irish.
It's on the
that's where the Irish.
That's where the Irish.
Total
Wipeout. That was it.
Total Wipeout.
That's it. Yeah.
6 seasons. I'm surprised you weren't on Celebrity Total Wipeout, Dave.
Do you know? Actually, a genuine story. I got asked to do the Wipeout thing in Argentina years ago. No, I did, and I really wanted to do it, and I don't know why I didn't. I don't know whether it was one of those things whereby a bit like David Moyes' contract to West Ham, where actually it was offered and then was taken away, according to reports, or whether I don't know what happened there, but I was interested because I thought Argentina would be brilliant to go there for a couple of weeks. Nice steak and red wine and stuff. Yeah,
it gets you back in the set.
Where was
the merry-go-round?
Where was Hole in the Wall filmed?
Hole in the Wall was filmed in Glasgow.
Oh yeah. Not quite the same.
I mean, they fly you all up to Glasgow because they don't have similar pools and sets in where you live. They sent us all up there. Now, do you know what it is? It's actually the reason they do stuff like that is that it's so that the BBC can show that it is broadcasting from the regions, right? And that's what they do. So.
Yeah, but it's not quite Argentina.
So, Dave, when you're off for the next thing, just take it, yeah?
Oh,
Get yourself back in the loop.
Listen, Barry, there's no question about whether I'll accept it or not now, right? I mean, honestly, anything. I'm totally available.
He's ready.
Why haven't you, seriously, why haven't you been on Pointless yet?
I have been on Pointless.
Okay, that would see the way I led you into that to tell
I
the story.
see. Right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So I was on Pointless with Dion Dublin
I love it.
years ago, and we were out. We were out first. I think we were back in the sort of hospitality area, stroke bar, approximately 15 to 20 minutes after we left.
Did you have to go up any stairs?
No, I don't think so.
Because Dion Dublin loves to go upstairs.
Oh, he loves. Sorry. I see where you went there.
Did he have his dude with him?
No, he didn't have his dude with him. But no, it was all entirely my fault. I went out on an answer involving tennis player Michael Stick, which I said was a pointless answer. I think, or yeah, something like that. I got it wrong anyway.
Didn't you get 3 goals like the public do?
No, it was straight out.
Because that's what happened, though, isn't it? They bring you back 3 times.
One show that I'd like to see it on, I think you'd be all right at it, is the hit list.
I'd like to do that. Yeah. I'd like to do that.
And I think you and the dude could do that.
Yeah.
I think you and...
There should be like a former DJ special.
Or you and Chappers.
Yeah.
I think you need, because there's a celebrity one, so I think you need to get yourself on there, mate.
I would like that. It's one of those things that I do watch on a Saturday night. And I do enjoy playing along. So yes, again, I'm wholly available for the hit list.
Right.
The producers.
That needs
I
to
like
be,
the hit list.
That needs to be out there.
That's the kind of thing that's so good, really. It should be on at like 9 o'clock, and it's on at like 20 to 6.
Yeah, it's too early.
It's too early.
It's missing
9 o'clock would be absolutely perfect. And I've lost track of Casualty, so I'm not really.
So you're all right now.
I'm not really watching anything at that time of night. Do you know what I mean?
And it's good. It is good. It's just sometimes how frustrating is it when you go, I know you just can't. Yeah, and if you're playing with someone in the room.
2 lads from Liverpool won the 10 grand, didn't they, recently?
Yeah, there was the 2. I don't know what series it was from because we've been catching up on some of them. There was 2 on the other week, a lad and a girl. They were ridiculous. Yeah. Like 3 seconds, they were on. They didn't drop a pound yet, like the 2 lads. But they were unbelievable. Everyone. I was like, how on earth are you that quick? It was amazing.
Misspent youth, Barry.
Yeah.
Talking of the BBC, on Thursday, I'm getting taken to see a show from the BBC done live on stage.
Really?
It's the theatre in town. It's
I can't remember.
It's a paranormal podcast thing. So I'm getting taken to see that on Thursday.
How exactly did that come around, Peter?
My missus loves. No, it's not like a special thing. My missus loves watching. Loves watching this show, and it is quite good. It is like what creepy stories where a guy investigates it, and it is quite good. It's like one of those like red button BBC 3 style programs, but it is quite good. And there's a live version, so I'm going to see that on Thursday. And then on Friday night, I'm going to see the Taylor Swift film. So my missus, my missus was
what an
just
eclectic week you're having.
Should we do the footy and come back? Because I feel like
very much. So. No, I think we just keep going on this. We were going to see, and then we had to cancel our Richard Ashcroft tickets because I think Everton are playing the same day. It's like the only game Everton haven't been moved for next month.
Fulham.
So we were going to see Richard Ashcroft in Manchester, who is like very much like the sane. If you're going to have that Oasis theme thing, he's like the sane one out of the whole Oasis thing.
I feel like.
No, he is. Dave will attest to this.
True story.
And it's because of the Fulham game. There's no chance we're going to get into Manchester for it. So that's had to be put on the back burner. So
I'd have probably gone and watched Richard Ashcroft.
It's my job.
I'd never.
My job.
I know.
You know, Richard. I can't be going instant match reactions for Richard Ashcroft, can I?
Why?
I know. This is why I selected the Fulham game for my next visit because I knew that it wasn't going to get moved.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come on to that in a minute. Let's just quickly just round up Everton. Which is basically utter shite since they came back after the international. I disputed, right?
Yeah.
Disputed that the other international break came at the wrong time. Yeah. I was thinking that's too early. We're all right. And it's been terrible since we come back, let's be honest. Villa came to us and were like, please, Everton, beat us by only 4 today because we're awful. And we couldn't. Liverpool, the derby was the derby. Wolves were like, Everton, no, you're going to beat us. Please, just 3-0. Get it done quickly. There's 8,000 that bothered to turn up. Yeah. Just do it. And Moisey was like, hey, I've got other ideas. And then last night, West Ham turned up like, you know what? If it's 4-0 at half-time, boys, it's all right. and Everton were like, we couldn't score 4 if there was no.
Do you know
one on
what?
the pitch.
I really wish I'd done this segment with my eyes closed, and I would have felt like a different person had walked into the room on every occasion.
I love it.
Really do. I really feel like a different person was there. Steve Coogan would
took
walk.
it well, as you can tell.
Well, this is the first thing we've recorded since the West Ham game, so I feel like a lot's going to come off the chest.
Yeah, I love David Moyes, but I totally dispute him telling me last night that was a good performance by Everton. It was atrocious, I tell you. But Dave, what have you made of Everton since they returned from the international break and haven't won a game of football?
It's just deeply frustrating, to be honest with you. And last night just summed it up completely. They should have been home and dry within half an hour.
Hosed.
Home and hosed in half an hour. There was so many chances to put it to bed. You know, they played well to start off with, relatively speaking, but just they can't score. You know, we spent in excess of £50 million on Beto and Barry, and genuinely, I don't know who's worse. You know, well, actually, I do know who's worse. I think Barry's worse. I think Barry's worse for me.
No, I'm not having that.
Really?
No. Yeah. Beto's 27 years of age and looks. I do take your point on Barry. He looks very much a lost soul.
He looks miles off it.
He does look miles off it. There has to be question marks. I'm all for patience, and we have a very good friend of ours who was in the studio last week having a chat, and he's in football, and he always talks about patience, and he'll point to like the lad at Brentford who scored a couple at the weekend, and he'll point to Mateta.
Mateta,
and he'll say that's the kind of patience you need, and he's right. He is right. But for me, it's not about how much Barry needs to improve. For me, it's more to do with how we've got two strikers who both need to massively improve. So we haven't got one between them, or we could have got a third one, and maybe that was like your backup plan. A Callum Wilson or someone like, I know people. I'm not advocating for him, but I'm just saying people have said to us.
But somebody like him, somebody who is a proven. Listen, I know it's unpopular.
You're going to say Jamie Vardy?
Yeah.
You're going to say Jamie Vardy?
I would have taken Jamie Vardy for you because I tell you what, Jamie Vardy would have scored more goals so far than Beto and Barry put together.
I can't fight that argument anymore. I just can't fight it.
Beto's only got one goal, so
I know, but I just think that especially if you look at last night and there was balls going into the box, I think somebody like Vardy actually would have put one of them away at least.
I'm not going to argue on it, Dave, because do you know what? You might be 100% right.
I think I think Barry will be fine. I think his link-up plays way better. I think David Moyes, my opinion, isn't doing him any favours, putting him on bits here and there. Just go all in on him. You've paid the money. Go all in on him. Beto, we know the manager does. And again, I've advocated for Beto. And I think when he's in a decent vein of form, he's all right. He's not playing well. And therefore he needs to come on.
Do you think having again, it's the age, or the recent arguments over directors of football and managers. Do you think maybe a director of football might have put this on a manager's toes this season and sold Beto and maybe sold like a Nathan Patterson, and sort of said that's the starting point. We're going to sell those players, so we almost have to replace them. Or even if David Moyes was in charge, I'm selling that player because I have to replace him then. Because I find the same issue with right back. It's like, why have we got Nathan Patterson sitting on the bench if he's never going to play? It's like, why didn't we just sell him and then put it on the club stuff? Like, I find it absolutely incredible that the first player we tried to sign in the summer was Kenny Tetty, and then we just went, nah, we don't really need a right back. I said, well, why did you try and get one then? Why did you go all in on a right back and then end up looking a little bit silly from people on the outside because he stayed at Fulham like he'd played you, and then never go back for a right? That's what I find really strange. Like, you knew you needed a right back, but in the end you just went, nah, it's all right. I just find that really, really weird. And Patterson, who had 2 opportunities or 2 clubs after him, never got the move, and apparently he was absolutely going mad about it, like, because it's his career that's stolen at the end of the day. I find that just incredible, personally.
Well, Patterson should have played the Wolves.
Yeah. Could have played left back at Wolves.
Should have played the Wolves and should have played left back.
Yeah.
If we were gonna all.
We're going to go in.
If we were going to sort of toss the... I mean, I don't think we did. Don't get me wrong. Don't think David Moyes put that team out of Wolves. I don't care if we get beat. I really don't. But what I mean is, if we were prepared to make so many changes, then why didn't we just give Patterson and Asnew a game? And if we get beat, go, well, listen, lads, I'm trying to get these lads all up to a certain level rather than going, he's nowhere near it. He's got to work and train harder or he's not getting the goal. Yeah. And then I think that leads to frustration. I think a lot of Evertonians, me included, if he'd have gone Asnew, Patterson, and he'd have tried to do that and gone, look, I've tried to change it. I've tried to bring people up, but trying to manage the season as we go. I've gambled and I got it wrong, sort of thing, or I've deliberately tried to make sure we're giving these lads games. And this is a consequence of it. I couldn't have really argued. I'd have gone, okay. I personally picked for should have played, but that's a different thing. But you would have gone, okay. But we didn't. We almost went like half and half. So we didn't fully go to win. Not we did go to win the game, but we didn't. It didn't work out, and we're out the cup anyway.
Well, we played the wrong players. Dwight McNeil shouldn't have played because Dwight McNeil's not part of his team. He's not part of... We showed that again last night. So you've played Dwight McNeil, who's offered nothing, and you haven't played a young lad who is potentially the future of that position. In
could
how
he not have played Asnew on the left wing last week? In front of Seamus. And then Seamus has got... But anyway, that
but
was
isn't he is saying that Asnew just isn't ready for it at the minute.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't got the physicality, but exactly. How do you know? And also, why are we buying players that might be 2 or 3 years, away from playing in the first team?
Or if we are buying them, Dave, stick them out on loan like a Brighton does. It's such mixed messaging. It's like we've brought a player in and people are excited, then Moyes dampens the mood straight away, which is his right by saying this lad's not ready. You heard him the other day say it again. He's a good player, but physically he's going to take a while. It's like, well, stick him on loan then, because if he ain't, and then get another backup left back, get a Region in for a year or something who's available on a free. I feel like the whole team is like we're crying out for fullbacks. We're just crying out for pace on either side to make it easier for the men in front of them. And we've just sort of gone, that doesn't really matter. And I find that just really mad. And Moyes does have these holes. He's always had these like really strange blind spots, hasn't he? Where he'll go out and get a Jack Grealish and it's all good. And yet can't see that playing a centre-back every week at right-back, especially against fast wingers, isn't going to do anyone any favours. And then that puts a lot of pressure on the middle two because they need to be changed up. And we're waiting for Branthwaite. It's just, it's so frustrating. It really is. And as you're saying, Moyes can't get out of his way at times. He really can't.
I think the frustration, Dave, for me, yesterday was we got the goal, though. We got the goal, so we got in front. It was like, right,
everything we wanted. Get in front early, then have something to build on, not be under the pressure. All it needed was another one, maybe another two, and there was plenty of chances for that. And then it just all falls apart, as we've seen time and time again. It all fell apart from the Jake O'Brien header back to Pickford.
God,
that's where it all changed, right? Because at that point, Somerville got in and he's like, do you know what? We can do something here. He was outstanding, by the way. I thought Somerville.
He was. Well, the left back was brilliant as well. Juve was
brilliant. All down that side. They were good. But that was the bit where they suddenly thought, do you know what? We can get something off these.
Well, even the goal comes from Jake O'Brien not winning a header. It comes from him. All he needs to do is flick it on, and it's almost like we've overcommitted. He loses the header, and then Jake O'Brien stops running.
He can make it.
He stops running and he lets Taki go, and Taki can't make a tackle because he's on a yellow card. So it's just like it's really poor decision making rather than anything else. Jake O'Brien can just squeeze him out there, and if he has to throw a tackle in and get a yellow card, then you take the yellow card. But Taki can't do anything. And then Michalenko at fullbacks who were blind in one eye. How long have we had to?
And then centre backs who think I'm under my own goal with a ball that's fizzed in. Best thing for me to do, stick my head out and head it past me keeper.
I did feel slightly sorry for Michael Keane.
I didn't.
I'm not sure.
It happened at Wolves last week. 2 own goals in 2 weeks. Tremendous. But it's Jake O'Brien's at fault more than Michael Keane.
He had a shocking game, and I like Jake O'Brien, but he had an awful game.
But I'm like Ped though. We played that swear in the you're right though, Dave. They had a little momentum shift with that, and that was Jake, wasn't it? With the terrible header back. Yeah. Pickford makes a big save.
He had that face of Michael Keane. You know, the Michael Keane face that is just where he looks terrified because he knew he was having a stinker. And the more he thought that, the worse it got.
Yeah.
You know, and you could just see in his face, he looked.
He's not really been like that, has he?
No.
He's not really had one of them. But last night he did. He had that. But if he wins that header, like Ped said, and he should have wiped Juve out. He's 6'6" and jumping. But when he loses the header, his next action, he's running alongside him, should be a slide tackle. And if you take the lad out and get booked, so we're winning 1-0, and you've got a booking on the halfway line. And he didn't. He just ran and let Toffee, and then it's downhill from there. And then they had 10 minutes where I actually thought they were going to win.
Oh, yeah, I thought they were going to win it all the way.
But then after that, it fell away, and it was all Everton. I thought Everton would win, and then we had all the chances at the end. But it's just the decision-making in the final third is what's really frustrating for me, because the amount of time Jack Grealish has the ball and stops it is so frustrating, but he's stopping it because no one's running for him. And it's like, what exactly?
Get somebody in position and then play a square ball.
It's just so annoying. It's like Mikalenko should be on his way round the back of him every time Grealish gets it, but he doesn't really want to in case he gets caught out. Dewsbury all trying to join in, but we're trying to get Garner free on the box. But I looked up because I sit on that side second half. He was right below me, and I've got a great view. And the amount of time he's looking up in the box, and two of our players have just stood still like that, as if to go, well. And I'm saying to Zach, me lad, I'm like, he's got to put the most unbelievable ball in here for us to have an attempt at goal, because no one's moving.
I do think though.
But sometimes
if the old Man City thing does pop into his head of retaining the ball. I was speaking about it last night. Most of his assists have come from him just putting the ball in the box.
Yeah, early.
So the Brighton goal, the one against Wolves, which was the header, they've come from just putting the ball in the box. A pre-assist last week at the derby, just putting the ball in the box and cushioning down. I do think now and again he just needs to just...
No, he does.
And he can then go, I've done my job, but it is that Man City side of his brain coming up going, I've got to retain the ball. Yeah. But then again, you saw it last night where he just lays one back to Ghana, and Ghana nearly wins it for us. Because he brings people in, but we've got to try other things, haven't we? Because it can't just be Jack Grealish.
We're still too reliant, and Jai was poor last night.
But then again, you've got a centre forward. The centre forward knows all the runs and will get something out of that. And we just don't have centre forward, and we don't also have that one midfielder as well who knows how to attack the space. So with that, I mean, it's
Dave, what did you think about the manager's subs last night? Because I thought he left better on far too long. And he's only brought him, and then Dibbling comes on in the 80th minute. And it's like he's got Alcaraz there, who we know can get forward and win you the game or create something. You know, if you wanted, Dwight McNeil was there, or Timmy Rabunum, because Garner, Idrissa looked knackered. I'll be honest, he looked knackered after 65 minutes, and he never really looks like that. And I was just thinking, can we freshen this up a little bit? And he just sort of... He's had a better bench than he's had for a while, but he still doesn't seem to trust any of them anyway. Did you find it strange?
I thought the same when I saw Alcaraz on the bench there, sitting there, and I just kind of thought, surely now's the time for some fresh legs. I like Alcaraz. He does give you something, and he gets forward, and he would have been a breath of fresh air, I think, at that point in the game last night. But why he never came on, I don't know. I thought bringing Dibbling on there almost was quite a lot of pressure for him as well, in terms of you need to get on here and do something at a crucial time. And listen, we haven't seen enough of Dibbling for me. The jury's still out. I think what I've seen, he's got some nice touches and stuff, but we need to see more of him. But I do think a lot is expected of him. He's a teenager, and he's been brought on in crucial times. And I think maybe, you're right. I think Alcaraz should have had a run out last night. I mean, for me, the one signing that stands out, I mean, obviously Grealish is on loan. The one signing that stands out for me is Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who I think looks a quality player, and I think has been a really, really good signing. He's come straight in. He's up to the level. He impacts games. He's passionate. He gives it his all. I mean, yes, he is worth a yellow card most times, as we've seen, and that's why he misses the Palace game. But
That wasn't a booking last night.
No, it wasn't a booking. It wasn't
even a foul.
No, it wasn't a booking.
Yeah.
But I think he's been the one that's really sort of shone out. We've not seen enough of Merlin yet, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
No, you're spot on. He's been brilliant, hasn't he, Ped? Really.
No, he has, and that was just a crazy. I mean,
we had the ball in the box. We might have even won the game.
He wins the ball now to give a yellow card for that. But just going back to the subs, again, what's mad is about the subs is unless we play. I thought Dibblin done well when he came on. He retained the ball really well. He had a couple of dribbles, and I think there'll be loads more to come from him. But what's mad is unless we play Dibblin on the right, play Grealish centrally, and play Njai on the left, the player who's going to have to replace Kieran Dewsbury-Hall didn't even get on last night. So the manager doesn't trust a player enough to come on for the last 10, 15 minutes and is going to have to start him at home on Sunday.
I wouldn't. I'd go with what you've just said.
I would.
I literally would go, no, we're changing it. And if he doesn't want to move Grealish from the left, then playing Njai off the striker. And so you're going to have to do the bits in between.
Yeah. So one of them has to go in the hole, don't they?
They have to, because otherwise what we're going to do is Palace will overrun us.
Yeah.
So what we've got, in my opinion, what we've got to do is give them something to think about by changing it up a little bit. And if you got Jack Grealish in a pocket, I see the reason why I don't know whether he'll put Grealish there simply is because it's then me moving and Njai from the right to the left. Yeah. But I don't think that's a bad thing, personally. But why don't we give them something to think about and go, we're dropping Grealish in a pocket here. So someone like Adam Wharton's now going to have to go and sit on Jack Grealish rather than being on the ball. Because if we just go out and do the same thing again, of course Everton can beat Crystal Palace. They're not invincible, far from it, but they're playing well. And we're going to have to do something different. And I think if you do put Grealish in that pocket, then he can go either way. He does. Yeah. It's not hugging a touchline. He can come in, he can link the play, might be able to, and I think Barry's got to start as well. He can play him round the corner, he can thread players through right and left. I think it just opens it up and gives Crystal Palace a different thing to worry about. Whereas if it is Roll, if he's back, or it's Alcaraz, it's more of the same. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean,
we were the last team to beat them, weren't we? Yeah, we were the last team to beat them at Sellers Park, so...
They got B5 at Newcastle in April, didn't he? That was the last game they lost.
That's the last game they lost.
Yeah,
well, done the double last season, so to be a tough game, but maybe that's what it needs. Maybe it needs that little bit of a shake-up.
I think if anyone's going to go in the hole, I think the Grealish has got more about him to impact it from there. I mean, the irony being that actually, if you had Grealish there, he might be able to play those balls through that actually Beto likes, that he can run onto. I know you said about sort of starting Barry, but
I would. Anyway. I don't think, for me personally, Beto.
I mean, Barry at least has the element of potential with Barry. I think we know what Beto's all about, and he's got no more in his locker, has he? We've seen it.
He's not even scrapping though, Dave. The thing what he did well last year when Dom got injured, he started knocking people about. And particularly like the derbies, he gave Van Dijk and Konate, he roughed a pair of them up, and he was aggressive. He's doing this thing now as a striker where when a ball's knocked up to you and you're the furthest point, you can't just. The only reason why you were back into a centre back is to take it on the chest and lay it off. But when the ball's high and you can see the flight of the ball, you should be side on. Because you're trying to get in behind, and he isn't. They're just putting their arms around him, and therefore he's not even jumping. It's going over his head, and then he's throwing his arms up, and it's like you're not affecting the game. He's not pressing and knocking people over after the ball. You know, I'm not talking about a bad foul. I'm just talking about letting them know you're in a game. Yeah. He's not doing that. He doesn't look like he's got a goal in him.
No.
At the minute. So therefore he has to come out. Whereas Tierno Barry came on last night, ball came up to him on the halfway line, just laid it off instantly and went. And it was like done in 1 second and we were away. And it was like Beto would have took 6 touches to get hold of that. And it's little things like that. And I think our best attacking display at home was Brighton when Barry led the line. And he was involved in both goals. And his touches were better. He links it all together better. He's got loads of work that he needs to do. But I just think I'd have him personally because it's also the element of the unknown as well, where Beto played against Palace, where Barry hasn't. So I personally would go with him.
Beto's better coming off the bench as well.
And he is. He's a 20-minute aggressive
I think that's where he's better. I think last night if Moyes could have took better off at half time, he would have.
Well,
but because he's done that in like 2 games where he's done them both, and it's like
they should have given him 10 minutes in the second half, and he didn't. He just left him and he was doing nothing. I mean, what about the one when James Garner played it down the court? It was a great ball. Bent it into his path, running at the south stand. It's bouncing, and he tries to do some like double touch and just kicks it out for a goal kick. Instead, he didn't even look convinced he was going to get hold of it and get a shot away. It's just he's not. Beto is he's got a specific set of skills, and when
it's very basic, isn't it?
Yeah, but when he's sort of in the groove, he's a handful, and you'll get goals from him. But like any centre forward, and this is why I banged on last season about Dom being dropped, you can see when they're in a run where it ain't going to happen and it needs a refresh. Yeah. And Beto is very much in that mode at the moment where it needs a reset. And that might be him not starting for 3 or 4 games until his head's back on. I've got to scrap and fight and battle. If he looks and he's not convinced by Barry as a peer, it does take a little edge away from you. So me personally, I'd freshen it up. We've invested money in Tierno Barry. Now it's about trying to build that investment. And we'll see whether he's good enough or whether we need another one in January.
They've got to go back to look at why they bought him in the first place then, haven't they? That's the major thing. Why did you buy this young lad?
And Villarreal got crosses into the box, which he attacked, which we don't really seem to be doing. So, anyway, let's just beat Palace on Sunday and pick the vibe back up. Dave, Fulham then, on Fulham, when you are visiting Hill Dickinson, are you excited to see the arena and be in there?
I am, because I've not been yet. I've been to the outside several times, but I've not been in. So, so yes, with one thing and another, I've not been able to get there until this time. Funnily enough, I'd actually earmarked the Palace game to actually be the first one, and then it got moved to Sunday, which doesn't work for me really. So then the Fulham game, I thought, well, that's the Saturday 3:00, which is what I want, and it's unlikely to get moved. Fingers crossed. You watch it move it now, but I don't.
No, it won't.
It's not going to move. So that's first visit. So I'm excited.
Let's hope you're a lucky charm. I mean, let's hope we've won the 2 games before that, which is Palace and Tottenham will be 2 tough home games, but you get chances off both of those sides. It's whether you can take them. And then Fulham. So, I mean, we're still going to be all right. It's just a frustration that we've had the last 2 home games. There's been, in my opinion, 4 points we've left on the table.
And these are as we always say every season, these are important points to get as and when, because you get to the point where listen, I don't think we're going to be struggling down the bottom, but you get to the point where you think we should be here because we should have got those 3 points there, those 3 points there, etc., and it'd be a different kind of complexion. But just frustrating. That's the thing. And last night just summed it up as much as anything for me.
Could be classic Everton to beat Palace, and then you go, why didn't
the league is wide open in terms of teams are losing one week, winning the next week, aren't they? And it's not settled down. Two of the promoted teams have started quite well. Other teams, I mean, you look at the table and you see like 3 teams who are in Europe below us, and you think, well, they haven't even really started their European runs yet, so how's that going to affect them? So there's loads of these little things, and this is the time where you do get that good. We had a good start because it's fresh and you get that bounce and stuff, and then you do have this period, and it's about finding out, isn't it? It's about readjusting. It's about hopefully getting something out the Palace game, going into that international break and starting to look at the situations. What we need. I mean, we do need a centre forward. I think that's so obvious now that we've gone in far too light up front. But as I said, I think the fullback, certainly the right back situation, is just as much a priority now than anything else. Because I said this at the beginning of the season, I just don't feel like now you can go square pegs round holes in the Premier League. I think it's just far too. Whether people think it's the best or whatever, everyone can beat each other, and the weaknesses get exposed week in and week out. Same with carrying injured players. Michalenko's not fit. Tarki's not fit. You can see that the way they play. And you're not being able to freshen things up. You're not being able to put Jake in the middle and put a right back in. You know, you're not being able to put a backup. We brought a backup left back who's not going to be ready for a year. That's not a backup left back.
No.
That's not a backup left back. That's
a project.
That's Harrison Armstrong. You know, it's the same thing, isn't it? So I think even though we got 9 players, I still think we're massively.
2 of them are goalies.
Yeah, 2 of them are goalies. 2 of them are kids. Malin Rolls come in and took the Gabaman spot.
So again, back to the point, it's Dewsbury Hall is the only decent, you know.
And he can't help himself going around kicking shite out of people.
Yeah.
So what are we?
Yeah. Didn't kick him. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh God.
Brien plays with discipline problems.
Stop. No, we haven't. We haven't.
I'd rather him that way than the other way.
No.
You're right though, Dave. He's been I mean, Jack Grealish is brilliant, and it's great watching, but Dewsbury Hall's been the standout, hasn't he? By far.
He's one of those signings that normally doesn't happen to us, where you see somebody who's a good player in a big club who's not getting a game. And you know those. I tell you who was good at doing that. I mean, it's gone back years and years ago. But Harry Redknapp was good at that at West Ham, about buying players who were in big clubs and actually not getting a game. And you know, he's one of those sort of players for me, where you look at it and other clubs will be looking at him thinking, why didn't we go for him at that sort of price? Because he looks great.
Yeah. But also it does show you that there are those players out there as well, Dave. I think one we missed out on because we didn't have the money at the time was someone like Scott McTominay, who I think he would have been a really good addition to us. And I do think there's other players that we look at Chelsea's squad. Jesus Christ, I can't remember half of them. But there's plenty, and they haven't started brilliantly, so half of them will be getting sold soon.
They'll be getting,
there are plenty of players out there who are in that 26, 27 bracket.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we have a full team of them, but just for that little bit of experience that maybe we need in some areas.
Well, they're peak of their career, aren't they, at that point, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted Chief. I said that, didn't I, in the summer? Me and James done a thing on him. You're seeing his qualities last night at left back. Pace, that cross on the run, that was for their goal. He was running. And just didn't break stride. You know, and it shows you that energetic.
That's one thing we don't have is pace.
We don't have that.
We don't have pace.
We don't have the energy, do we, from the fullback? So we've got 2 wingers and Dibbling, who's the other one, who slows the play down because they want to come inside.
Yeah.
And we don't have anyone who overlaps. Yeah. And when Michalenko does overlap, his quality's not there. You know, we got him in twice early on last night and he couldn't pick anyone out in the box. One was like a child's pass across the box. You know, a 7-year-old kid.
We'll be getting letters from 7-year-olds going, how dare you?
I can hit it hard.
How dare you?
No, but he's a good defender, Michalenko, and that's his strength. But if you're going to have players who are slowing the game down and coming inside...
I just don't think that's a strength fullbacks need anymore. I think it's more about what happens at the other end, though. And I think they showed that last night.
I wish he'd have gone and charged Jared Bowen's shot down instead of letting him just get a shot away. But hey, frustrating. Can we go back to hit list? I like the hit list.
Go back to the hit list. Go back to it.
The hit list chat was great. What other shows do you fancy, Dave? When I've got you on the hit list?
Are you my new agent now?
I'm gonna. You're not gonna do it yourself, are you?
No, that's the thing. No. I need somebody, and I think you're as well.
The thing is, Dave, right?
Yeah.
Everything comes back, doesn't it? So we had the 80s little boom. I think we're having a little 90s boom. You're like 2000s, aren't you? So that period's got to come back soon, hasn't it?
Would you ever do Celebrity Big Brother, Dave?
Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, that would be easy because there's no confined spaces or kangaroo bollocks to eat, is there? You know, that's an easy one. You just got to.
I mean, that's my dream for you, though. The jungle is my dream.
I know.
But we've just got to build up to that. We need like a segue to that, like a gateway.
I think the next
like a bridge across, like a rope bridge,
like a rope bridge swinging across to get you there.
I think the next one, and I think this would be good. Celebrity, and it's just going
squares.
No,
okay.
Celebrity space. Or celebrity space station.
I don't want that.
Oh, you mean we just send us into space?
6 celebrities are put into space, which is dead easy to get there now. Any old Tom, Dick, or Katy Perry.
But Paige, you don't even need to go to space because who would know? You literally just put yourself in a studio at Elstree or something like that. But for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but with some of tasks, so you'll be asked to go outside in a spacesuit and
I think that's dangerous.
No, this is the jeopardy of it. I know, but this is the jeopardy of it, right? And you've got to go outside and you've got to sort out the solar panel, and Or like if you don't get the sequence for the thrusters, the thing's gonna like plummet into the Pacific Ocean. I like that. I think that's the kind of jeopardy that some celebrities crave.
So you mean we you know, sort of me and whoever, I don't know,
Christopher Biggins
and the one remaining Chuckle brother are then strapped to the outside of a rocket, right? Trying to sort of
clear from steps.
Claire. Absolutely, yeah. I was going to say, you know, no, I won't say his name. But yeah, that sort of measure of people.
And you know, Peters be there.
Andy Peters, they haven't got a face suit big enough for him.
With just his vest on.
No, they can't do that.
Just bench press.
He's very broad, is Andy Peters.
You can bench press anything you want in space.
He's a unit.
He's a big lad. He's doing well. 55, and he's doing. Looks great. He looks great. So fair.
I'm telling you, Celebrity Space Station. This is the future. I'm not saying now. I'm saying the future.
Oh, okay.
That kind of jeopardy. Celebrity moon base.
I'm in. I mean, whether it's moon based or in Glasgow or wherever. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, you're in. What about thingy? Where they put the stupid outfits on and sing?
That's a doddle as well, isn't it?
Would you do that?
Of course I would.
Hang on, without being disrespectful, and I do feel that show is a little bit like, do you know when they go, oh, I think it's so and so, and you're like, how do you even know who that person is?
Because they've been told.
You know that exactly. No, I know. It's like they must have been given a list of 4. Oh, that sounds like Andy Peters. Yeah. You're like, you haven't listened to Andy Peters for years. What are you talking about?
How do you know what Andy Peters sings like? No.
Do you know the fundamental problem with all of this, though, lads, is the fact that you keep saying celebrity, and celebrities sort of need to have some element of being famous, which unfortunately I don't have and haven't done for the last 13 years.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe you, Dave, because I've seen some of these programs and they're going, look who's in there, and I'm going, who? Who?
Yeah.
So no, mate, no. Some of these people, Dave, are one up from me and Ped.
But do you think that's zero? Do you think that's maybe because we're all gentlemen of a certain age, right? Just Ped, go along with this. I know you're a bit younger, but you can be our age for now, right?
I thought you were younger than me, Dave.
It's only 30s. What's he on about?
Oh, sorry, because I'm only 40. How old am I now? I'm 41, aren't I? That's right.
Yeah. I can't remember how old you are.
41. Yeah. Anyway, we're all gentlemen of a certain age. So therefore, do you think perhaps that our mark on what's famous or who's famous is maybe out of date, and therefore, you know, what 25 and 30-year-olds perceive as being famous and telling?
No, because if it's like Celebrity Love Island, then I appreciate that. It's going to be a certain, it's going to be YouTubers and all the rest of it. I appreciate that. But for like, we are still the generation that probably consumes most like TV and all that kind of thing.
Well, the kids don't watch telly, do they?
No, exactly.
So like, if you watch, I don't know, look at okay, biggest show on TV is like Strictly Come Dancing, isn't it? Basically. So look at the stuff. Yeah, but it is though. Like, it is at the moment. Yeah, for TV it is. Yeah. Easily I
can't believe it's still going.
Saturday, because it's massive. That's why. Because people, normal people are sitting down at 7:30 on a Saturday night, and that's what they're watching. And the people in it are people like, you know, listen, I'm surprised Andy Crane isn't in it. Put it that way.
I don't think there's enough Andy Crane on the telly.
Andy Crane's on the radio, isn't he?
He's on the radio.
There you go.
Greatest hits.
But that fella who does bloody Go Compare, he's not more famous than Dave.
I mean, he is a world sort of famous singer, though, isn't he? I'm not saying he's more famous than Dave.
He is more famous.
If I saw him in Aldi, I wouldn't have a clue who he was.
Well, that's because he wears a moustache.
Exactly, so therefore. Know what I mean? If I saw him in Aldi with his moustache, going, Go Compare, to like, you know, biscuits or whatever, fair play, I'd know he was.
Just 2 biscuits.
He'd be in the middle hour, wouldn't he? He'd be comparing everything.
See, there's a role for him.
He'd be great if he walked in with a packet of biscuits from Tesco.
Yeah.
Right. And then walked in went over to the same biscuits, seen they were cheaper, and went, Go Compare, and these are cheaper.
And then we'd all be there going,
I was in Aldi last night, you know.
There you go.
Didn't see him.
David,
didn't see
you
him.
need to start... Maybe if you start filming yourself in Aldi doing reviews of the middle aisle and getting them on YouTube,
oh my God,
the fame would go through the roof.
Dave's in its young.
I just think that motorbikes and cars might be a little bit too niche, and you need to spread your wings. Very much like, no, I won't say his name.
No, very much. Don't.
Oh, hang on. Can you hear that noise?
Have you got builders in again?
No, there's some knobheads doing scaffolding next door. Hang on.
It's all part of the show, Dave.
Dave, it's fine.
You can't shout at people to stop scaffolding.
Hey, stop that scaffolding.
Stop that scaffolding, lad.
Lad.
I mean, I don't know why Dave's talking
Dave's
like
not
that.
talking
I don't
like
know,
that.
Actually, do you know
scaffolding.
what? It's not the scaffolding, to be fair. They're actually digging up the road.
Oh,
Well,
well,
There is scaffolding. There is scaffolding 3 doors down, and they will make.
Well,
loads
they're
of noise.
fine.
Yeah,
we haven't
they're
heard them,
fine.
so they're doing a great
The
job.
road digging up knobheads.
Road
for no
digging up.
reason.
They've got one of those drill
Road digging
things.
up now, bed.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we have to create a show to get Dave in rather than a show just be
And then
out
that'll
there.
just start him off again.
Yeah.
It's the kickstart that we all, we
Okay,
Well,
kickstart,
kickstart. I'd love to.
And we've got it's Stephen. He's from Northern Ireland. He's 12, and then he just falls off, and
his
you're like,
bike.
"Oh, that's a bad spill." As the motorbike falls on top of his head.
He's all right.
He looks like he's in some pain. There are tears, but he's back on the bike. That's the spirit, Stephen. It was great, wasn't it?
But what
Hey,
would Dave do?
you
Would he narrate
possibly
it?
don't remember. Do you remember the name Dougie Lampkin?
Yeah, think so. Yeah.
We had him on our motorbike podcast the other week. Actually, he was a nice man.
There you go.
Uh,
I mean, that's the
our
point.
age.
We grew up with little, kids going on motorbikes on dirt tracks. Fellas just walking up the side of giant chimneys, and then just get at the top, pulling a rollie out and smoking it without any kind. I seen that clip the other week of the fella from Blue Peter when he goes up Nelson's column, and all he's got is a little bit of rope and a wooden and the fella's like, "Oh yeah, we come up here twice a year to clean it," and he's just like, what the hell is going?
Health and safety's gone mad.
Oh, it has gone mad. Absolutely
Do
gone
you know
mad,
what?
hasn't
It
it?
would probably knacker your rocket idea.
No, there's always that's like extreme though, isn't
Unless
it?
we did it in Buenos Aires or somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Buenos Aires.
Pretend it's the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could, couldn't we?
We can defo bring one of
Celebrity
these shows.
Arctic. We take 6 celebrities to the North Pole and see how long they can last with just a sleeping bag. There are 6 celebrities I could think of right now who I'd love to see on that.
That would Stephen Mulhead. That would think you though, wouldn't it? That would that'd take a lot
Imagine
of...
him doing magic.
It could be called Arctic Roll, and it'd be hosted by Stephen Mulhern, right? And they
Yes!
take 6 minor celebrities, and their role is to recreate,
Oh, like it.
Captain Amundsen and all those
yeah,
sort of people,
yeah,
or Scott.
yeah.
Was it, I don't know whether he was South Pole or North Pole. Anyway, it was really cool.
How long could
And
you
they-
last?
Absolutely, that's your Arctic
South
Roll.
Pole.
Go
David
the
at the South
Antarctic.
Pole,
Go
baby.
Antarctica. See how long you can last until you want to eat one of your dogs. And then as soon as you get hungry for a dog, you're out.
You're gone.
You're out. That's the thing. That's the
Channel
thing.
5 would be all over that.
Joe Swash is like, I don't know you to eat that. I don't know you. I don't know you.
He's not turned into Stacey Solomon.
Well, he has though. Have you heard them? They do sound very much similar now. Oh my God, it's filthy. Everything's filthy. Oh, I thought it was how to get like this.
Oh,
I reckon that'd be brilliant.
There could be. There's lots of other choices. I'm sure we need to we look into it. You know what I mean? I think Dave should host Why Don't You Bring Why Don't You Back in the summer holidays with Dave as like the host of it.
See, that's been the downfall of humanity, though, is not having like
Youth.
not having kids telly and not having
calling them youths.
and not having Saturday morning shows where kids and their parents can sit down and watch like drunk pop stars like say really dodgy stuff that the kids don't get but the parents do.
Yeah.
That's where that's
there's a lot of Disney films.
no, but that's the downfall of humanity, not having Going Live or Live and Kicking.
Oh.
Or even before that Saturday Swap Shop, which I'm too young for, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
Live and Kickham, Gordon. Oh no, we can't say that. Can we say
Gordon
that?
the
Yeah, of
Gopher?
course we
Can
can.
we
There's
say the
nothing...
fella who's with him?
I don't think Gordon the Gopher has
Yeah,
been
okay.
charged with anything.
No, I don't think Phil has he? He just,
No.
He just fell from grace. Did
He
he?
just fell from... Who was Grace?
Yeah, but there was all that, wasn't it? Yeah. You know,
no one better than I did.
SMTV, bit of Cat Dealey and,
Well, it was you were either one or the other, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
There
were
you
either
go.
Ant
See,
or
that's
Dec.
and that's where Ant and Dec
That's
made
where
their
it's
name.
gone.
So that's where humanity's gone wrong.
Where did
There's not been
CD
enough.
UK come into it all? I'm confused.
So
now.
SMTV came in. It was like a separate show, but
Yeah.
it was just like a continuation. So it was like the music, wasn't it?
The
So
music,
it was clever. It was like probably teenagers didn't watch SMTV, but did watch CD UK.
Yeah,
Very
with the
clever.
music.
Clever that. Clever whoever come up with that.
And then it's gone.
It's all gone. It's all gone. It's wrong. So now you stick on TV on a Saturday morning, not very rarely up, but you stick it on, and it's just someone making food.
Isn't it, James?
Again,
James
all
Martin
the time.
is
The BBC.
James Martin just leaves one channel and goes, I'm done now, and then pops up on the other one, and then goes back.
Hey, do you know the genius thing about that is that where they film that, which is obviously not in his kitchen, but it's a it's
is
a
it Buenos
TV
Aires?
set. No, it's actually in his
Glasgow
house.
it is.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
So he lives in this big pile in the country, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody has to
Like Blair.
travel to go to him, and all he has
Would
to
you
do
ever
is,
go on that, Dave?
Of course I would. Yeah.
Go on it and see how quick he can do the scrambled egg challenge or whatever it is, the omelette challenge.
Hey,
isn't
listen, I'm good with scrambled eggs now. Do you know, this is interesting. I didn't cook, right? I didn't cook scrambled eggs until I was 39.
Well,
that is
It took me nearly 40 years to cook scrambled eggs, and
So
now
you've
I'm
only-
excellent.
And they're
at
very
it.
good for you, Dave.
18 months he's been making
Very,
scrambled
very
egg.
good for you.
Yeah, 18 months now.
18 months.
18 months he's in.
Yeah.
But what is the
scrambled egg.
BBC's obsession with MasterChef? Is just on loop, isn't it?
No
I know,
matter who the
I know
presenters
I
are.
know the speed going through them now to get rid of the presenters,
Of
but it's
course.
just like Jesus Christ! It's just on all the time. Saturday morning you put it on, and it's just cooking shows. It's like, sake. Can we just have a bit of variety?
Well, they have them on both, don't they? They have them on.
It's terrible.
Or they did
And then,
do,
you know,
that's
the other fella traded in like Soccer AM for, well, he traded his hair in, first of all.
Who? Which one?
Who, Lovejoy?
Lovejoy.
Oh, big loves. What's he doing now? Joey?
He's
Sunday
been on
brunch.
Channel 4 for like that 10 years.
Doing what?
With the Jag Scouser, who's like, I've got to get the train. Liverpool are playing at home. You're from Heswell, man. Stop putting that stupid
But
accent
what's
on.
he doing?
So he talks to the celebrities who's sitting there dead awkwardly, having to drink wine at 11 o'clock in the morning and eat like a 3-course meal. Triple H was on it the other week. It's
See,
so
Dave,
awkward.
you're missing out here, mate.
It's so
Hey,
awkward.
listen, I can't believe that you don't know about Sunday Brunch. And actually,
yeah.
it was a replacement to the previous show, which was exactly the same, called Something for the Weekend, that was on BBC Two. And all they did is BBC Two cancelled it. They moved it to Channel 4, they changed its name, and they carried on exactly the same.
What was Thingy? What was the one called? Was it that was on Channel 4 at the breakfast show every morning? What was that called?
Breakfast.
Big Breakfast. Why don't you bring that back?
That was because you couldn't. I seen clips of it the other day.
No, I know, he couldn't bring
with
it back
Johnny
the
talking to
same.
these fan out, and it was just like,
No, I know.
I absolutely loved that program. That's where the world's
It
going
was
wrong
built
again.
in the morning.
Well, it was
Yeah.
it was
It was-
Saturday morning show for adults in the week.
in the week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's a different time, though, wasn't it?
10 to 9.
Yeah.
10 to 9. Bloody dingo on the bed, seducing all the guests.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, no wonder your mum was like, come on, gotta go to school.
Then he's had them out and
No, it was Dingo.
Oh, no,
wasn't
it's
it?
the
It was
other.
Paula Yates.
Paula Yates. That's
Yates,
how
yeah.
she met Michael Hutchins.
Yeah,
No, no.
And look how
interviewed
bad-
him very
No.
sexually on the bed.
That's how that
No.
turned out.
No.
Not good.
Anyway, on that note, I think we should go.
No.
just
So Dave,
reminiscing.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean-
keep looking.
Yeah, keep looking. Keep
Yeah.
looking.
I'm gonna keep looking. But the ultimate
Linda.
dream is to Hugh and Cry.
For another
that's not
up-to-date
looking
reference.
for Linda found me.
There's not many
What a
Lindas
song.
anymore, is there?
No.
No.
Not many Barrys.
No.
You know what? We're finishing up.
Bang!
Taking the dog for a walk. First of all,
Barry is the dog called Barry?
no, little
Linda.
Barry. I wanted to call my dog Little Barry.
Linda's a great name for a lady
I've got
dog.
2 things. Right, one.
Yeah.
I want to apologise to he's probably not even listening to this, but if he does, the lad who was pushing the pram the other day when I was walking my dog and said to me, up the Toffees, and I said, I know, mate. What the fuck does that mean? What does if you're listening, I apologise. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I was walking the dog, and I wasn't expecting it, and you just were there, and I don't know why. It doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah.
I know, mate. Yeah, so I apologise for that. I don't know what that meant. But we were walking the dog, and there was kids playing, and I am sure one of them called the other one Barry when he come off. Be careful, Barry, when he fell off. I can't see it personally, but I'd love to think it's...
One thing I will say is that's what people do, just shout at me all the time now, up the Toffees. That's what they shout. But the other thing I was going to say, Barry and Linda does sound like an amazing, remember you used to be able to get the sun visors with the names on?
Yeah,
Barry and
top.
Linda, so on an XR2i, Barry and Linda, and I could see that happening.
XR3.
XR2
but
and an
XR2 though.
XR3.
XR3, but XR2 because
that could be a show on BBC. Barry
and Linda.
Could be a bit like watching. Remember watching? That one, Malcolm and all that.
Malcolm, who played the Brighton chairman in The Damned United. There you go. He did. Bit of useless knowledge.
And
I just knocked the top off the...
Right, let's leave it there, Dave. My ultimate goal is in the jungle for you. So there you go.
Thank you very much.
So that's what we're waiting for.
Celebrity Space Station.
Or Celebrity Space Station.
Arctic Roll with Stephen Mulhern.
Or Arctic Roll.
We've got all these ideas.
Celebrity Babe Station with
Celebrity
Dave
Babe
just laying on the desk.
Where loads of celebrities have to spend the night just answering the phone to dirty old men. That would be amazing.
Or women.
Hey, listen, it's a broad church. We're accepting of everybody.
Broadchurch.
Don't let them in church.
That was. Would you have liked to have been in Broadchurch? Right,
well, we were with one of the stars of Broadchurch in America, weren't we?
Yes, we were. Yeah. We were. On that note, let's leave it there. Dave, thank you very much. Have a great week, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, Dave.
5-star review it, like it, subscribe, do all that. See you later. Bye.